Hey guys, it's Jack from Geek Assets, and it's Sunday afternoon. And I wanted to do a quick video. And sometimes, for some people, doing numbers really makes something come home. And it doesn't really compute for some people when you talk in generic terms. So, what I realized speaking to a lot of our Raleigh Crypto Society members over the last 48 hours or so. We've talked a lot personally with family members and friends about exit strategies for some of the coins that have exploded that we've made really good returns on. And what I've realized is people don't really seem to understand. They're not wrapping some of the younger traders and are not wrapping their brains around a concept that it took me a long time when I first started trading in the late 80s to understand. And so today I figured I would do just a quick video and put some numbers to the concepts around exit strategies, goals and exit strategies. So first, let's take a look at this Warren Buffett quote, and I think you guys really need to understand this. Um, let's base everything we do around this concept. And I think then when we talk about exit strategies, it makes life a lot easier to understand. So Warren Buffett, who's obviously a guy that's made a lot of money, and his strategies across the board when it comes to investing have made millions and millions and millions. Some of his quotes are fantastic. This is probably one of the best for me. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy, and to be greedy only when others are fearful. Read it, and then read it again. And now let's understand what Warren Buffett is saying. What he's saying is that when the sky is falling in the stock market, with the cryptocurrencies, with Forex, whatever it is, when everyone's panic selling, when everything looks like it's crashing and never coming back, those are the moments that millionaires are made, that big percentage gains are made by those that have money on the sidelines waiting to pounce. And the reason for that is, you're going to hear me use this term a lot, that assets are on sale. That doesn't mean garbage assets are things we want to get into. It means that the assets that we would have wanted to be in anyway are now on sale. So you still have to be very careful with what you're purchasing and what you're putting your funds into, like usual. Um, but now you're getting them at a better rate. So here, what we've been seeing over the last month and a half, 2 months, is what we call altcoin season, which means that a lot of the money from the bigger coins, from Bitcoin and Ethereum, have been moving into, people took profits there and are moving some of these profits into the alternative coins. And that's why you're seeing, when you look at coinmarketcap.com, the first 100 to 200 coins over the last 3, 4 weeks, basically you could have closed your eyes and pointed at any one and you would have been up 25, 30, 50, 100%. So things are incredibly inflated. Everything was moving because everybody was a buyer and not really a seller. Well, I believe, just like any market, we have to have a correction, or what we call a retracement. So what you've got to understand is that there's going to be a lot of things on sale, and I can't tell you when this correction is coming. All I can tell you is that we've been on a straight up move, if you look at some of these charts, for quite a while. Okay. And when that happens, things are what we call overbought, and there needs to be a retracement back to reality. How much of a retracement is there? Is it a 15% retracement in price, 25, 35, 40%? Some of these are going to go down 40%. They're going to be 40% retracements. Some may even touch deeper than that, but many of them are going to at least drop by 20 to 30%, and that's normal. That's normal. Next question is, well, how long will it stay that way? Well, that's the difference that you guys have to watch videos and you can do your research on. What is the difference between a retracement and a full correction in the market? Okay. Are we going from being a bull market to a bear market? Or are we just having a natural organic retracement? I believe what's coming is simply a retracement, a correction. We're not going into a bear market, in my opinion. All right. So let's switch the screen now, and now we're going to take a look at some things and put some numbers into this and talk about exit strategies. Okay. So here we are on CoinMarketCap. And today is Sunday, and you can see for the first time in a while, you see quite a few reds for the day. Yes, it's a Sunday. We don't have full trading going on. The market is not, the volume is not what it normally is during the week. Tomorrow, every one of these could be in the green. We could have no red and all green tomorrow. I'm not saying that this is the start of a retracement. It could be. I don't know. My crystal ball is not working today, so I can't tell you that. So we're going to talk in generalities, and we're going to give you specific numbers now and talk about exit strategy. So the first thing that you need to know is everybody's risk reward ratio is different. Everybody's goals are different. Now, the people that subscribe, the family and friends that subscribe to our alert service that'll be available to the public soon, most of these people are fall into a couple of categories. But all of these people are people that want to grow their portfolio, want to grow their coins, the amount of funds that are there for them to continue to trade and grow with. Some people want to create a monthly income from the results of this trading, as well as other passive income opportunities like DHF that we recently did a video on, where you're not trading, you're putting your funds in, and automated trading is going on, and it's giving you monthly returns. But for the most part, most of the people that are watching my channel and following us, they're taking $500, $1,000, $5,000 and looking to grow their portfolio in terms of funds, in terms of what's in there, so they have more money to play with, and eventually maybe get to $100,000, $250,000, $500,000 portfolio. And at that point, they can put things into a passive income streams where they're making money just by holding and staking these coins. Okay, so with that in mind, what are the different exit strategies? So let's talk about this for a minute. So number one, okay, let's do this. We're going to take an actual coin, and I have the calculator up, and we're going to do some of the numbers here. So the first thing I want to say is that there are some coins that we're holding long term. These are coins that we want as the basis of our portfolio. Not everybody has these in their portfolio right now because they're at a stage where they're looking to turn and turn and turn and turn and build up their assets using trading, and then potentially start getting pieces of Bitcoin and Ethereum along the way. Okay, so that's predominantly what many people are looking to do. Everybody would like a piece of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everyone should start to put a tiny amount of money, a percentage into Bitcoin and Ethereum to hold long term. But let's assume that you're not in that boat right now, like a lot of my newsletter followers are, that you're taking your 500 for the first time and looking to build that to 2,000 to 4,000 to 5,000. So you're not really holding anything in Bitcoin or Ethereum, or very little. All right. So one of the coins that we were lucky enough to get into a short time ago, most of our followers, was the graph. Okay, the graph. All right. So let's take a look at the graph. Today it's down 12%, but this coin has moved tremendously from where we got in it. All right, this has been insane, 130% in the last 7 days, even though it's taking a breather today. Where's it going tomorrow? I don't know. Is it going back to 270s? Possibly. Is it going to hit $3? Possibly. Is it going to 150? Possibly. So that's the thing, is we don't know where this coin is going, right? So let's take a look at the graph. Okay, the graph on the graph. All right, look at this move. All right, look at this move. This is insane. All right, this is insane. Let's pull it down to 3 months. Well, it really doesn't make a difference if we pull it down to 3 months. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. The top of this food chain, all right, this is saying 269. I think it went a little higher than that actually, but we can use the 260. I thought it went to 275 or so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it didn't. But that's a story. So let's do the numbers. Let's put some real numbers to this, and let's go from there. So let's pull up let's get rid of this. Let's cut that out. So okay. I don't know what's going on there. Wow, that's pretty brutal. Let's open up a new, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So let's just, let's make this bigger so we know everybody can see it. And let's change this to blue. All right. So let's talk about the graph. All right. The graph. Hopefully everybody can see this and it's big enough. We can make it even bigger if we want. Let's make it bigger so that everybody like me that's blind can see. That's not much bigger. Okay, there we go. So we're talking about the graph, all right? Now, I actually got into this at around, I think it was about 30 cents, but we're going to do this at 50 cents. So let's say we bought 5,000 coins at 50 cents, and we're doing this to show a couple of different concepts here, all right? So let's talk about this for a second. We bought that at 50 cents, all right? And many of the people here bought it probably between 30 to 60 cents. So whatever, let's just take this. This is for our hypothetical. So the cost here, right? We bought 5,000 times 50 cents is $2,500, right? So that cost us $2,500, all right? $2,500. That's a static. That doesn't change. That's what it costs, all right? So this coin went up basically to that 260 something range, all right? There's different ways of playing this. So now let's talk about the different ways that we could have played this. Some people are holding this long term, right? They're holding this long term. So we're just going to put hold long term. And these people believe that the graph could be a $4, $5 coin, let's say. Let's say that's your prediction. Let's say you've done your research and you don't care. So in this situation, what these people are saying is that we know there's going to be turbulence. We know there's going to be a lot of swings in this market, right? But we don't care. We don't care that this 50-cent coin that's currently $2 and change may go back to $1.25 because we believe in the long term this is a $4, $5, $10 coin, whatever that may be. Okay. However, exit strategy number 2 is different. This is the guy who put $500 in, or $2,500. Let's use these numbers. Is wanting to build his portfolio, and the way to build his portfolio is to take these profits, pull back some percentage of them, and look for the next move, either in the graph or some other coin. All right. So that person, when this coin got to, let's say, 125, okay, let's say that the 50-cent coin got to 125. So 125, all right, which is more than a double, right? Which is more than a double, all right? They decide at that point that they're going to take a percentage out. Now that's up to you. You can take a percentage out and look for the ride. So let's take a look at this possible scenario. So at 125, all right, at 125 times 5,000, 125 times 5,000 is 6250. Okay, 6250. All right, that's fairly substantial, right? Fairly substantial. You put in $2,500, and now that same $2,500 is 6250. So we're talking way more than a double, right? $1.25 times 5,000. Actually, something is wrong here. Hold on one second. 5,000. Did we do that right? Let's just check our math real quick here. On the first one, 5,000 times 50 cents. Nope, that's right. It's 2,500. Okay. So now you have 6,500. All right. So at 6,500, your funds are now worth $6,500. Okay, $6,500. There is absolutely no reason here for somebody that's looking to churn their account and continue to grow their account why you would continue to leave this amount of profit in unless you're a long-term holder. So at this stage, you could take out 10 to 20% potentially, right? You could take out 10 to 20% of this number and still be holding quite a bit of the graph for the move that we know that eventually went forward. This continued to move up to the 265 range, right? So even if you sold 20% of this, all right, let's take a look at that. If you sold it all, you walked away with 6,500. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused. They say, did I lose out because I got out here at $1.25? Did I lose out? Well, you never lose out. How could you possibly lose out if you turn 2,500 into 6,500? Just get that out of your brain right now. That's the problem. That's the problem. You are never a loser when you turn 2,500 into 6,500 because you're ready to roll onto the next adventure or potentially back in the graph at some point in the near future if that's what you decide to do. But you're out, you're clean, you made your money. So one way of looking at this is take your big money, you turn 2,500 into 6,500, and you just increased the amount of money available to you tremendously. The other way of playing this is like this, okay? So when we play it, when we play it the third way, this is getting out completely. If we play it the third way, we're going to get out of, let's say, 20% of this, all right? So 20%, 5,000, let's take a look at how the math works. 5,000 times 20%. All right, we're going to get out of 1,000, which means we have 4,000 coins still we're holding, right? So 1,000 times $1.25 is $12.50. Okay, so 20% off the table gives us $12.50. All right, it cost us initially $2,500 to do this. We already have half of our funds back locked up, waiting for the next opportunity or diversification, and we're still in the game for 80%, which means 4,000 of these. All right. So now let's go down that food chain a little bit higher. Okay. So now let's be this guy here. So now we still have 4,000. So we have 4,000 coins left. Right? All right. So now what happens next? In this specific scenario, this thing shot up to $2 in a heartbeat, right? $2 left. All right. And it goes to $2, okay? $2 at 4,000 coins left. Okay. Equals, all right, $8,000. I don't have to do the calculator. I know I'm not the greatest at math. That's why I have the calculator. I'm an attorney, guys. I'm not an accountant. That's why. All right. So now we have $8,000. $8,000. Okay. So for purposes of this discussion, let's say, and by the way, how many X is that, right? How many times did you just X your money? All right. So now at that point, we're going to say that we're going to play it tight. That's what we're doing in this example here. So let's say that we pulled out all 8,000. Let's do that math, right? Which is 8,000. So we have now pulled off the table 8,000, and we originally had pulled off 1,250. So why can't I get rid of this number? I hate that number. I hate those numbers showing up. But next time I'm not going to use this. All right. So now let's do it this way. Let's just push this down so I don't have to see it because it's annoying the hell out of me. Okay. So basically now what we've done, all right, what we've done is we have made, we have pulled off the table $9,250. So we are out with $9,250. Okay. Now, this is what happens mentally and psychologically of what I'm hearing from people. This is the problem. This is why we're doing this. This coin went up to 265 or whatever. Okay. If you got out here, right, at the $2 range, many of you have not done this before. You would have a heart attack because the coin then went from $2 to 265, and you would sit there with your calculator and figure out how much money you quote unquote lost. That is the problem. You need to teach yourself to get out of thinking like that. It's never going to work. You turn $2,500 into a total of $9,250. Okay? You lost nothing. Nothing. Look at the amount of money that you made. Look at the percentage gain that you made. That's the important thing, the percentage gain that you made. And you now have $9,250 ready to explode when things go on sale or into other coins. That is the way you need to be looking at this. Now, there's other ways that you could have done this exit strategy as well, right? So some people, what they do is they take 10% off the table on the double. All right. So let's assume at the $1.25 level, you took 10% off the table, which means that you still would have had more than the 4,000 coins left, right? You would have had more coins. So 5,000. Let's do a quick math here. Oh, it's going to be 500, right? Obviously, right? 5,000 times 10% is going to be 500. Okay. Okay. So 500. So you would have only taken off 500 there. All right. So here, when you took, it would have been half of this, obviously, right? 625. Whoop, what am I saying? Is that right? Yeah, 625. So you would have made 625, you would have taken off the table. All right, 625. It doesn't matter. You still took a portion of this. You locked up a portion of what you put in, right? And you would have been left with more coins. You would have been left with 4,500 coins here, all right? So you would have had 4,500. Now at this point, if you didn't want to get out completely, you could have now taken another 10 or 15% out here, okay? And if you wanted to play the game and held on, you could have held on and gotten out at 250. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you you knew it was going to 250. Maybe when it hit 225, you were out. Maybe when it hit 240, you were out. Or maybe you were lucky enough at 260, you were out. Okay. There's different exit strategies, but the worst exit strategy is to not have an exit strategy. That's the point here. Okay. That's the point here. You're not looking at this stage, if you have a few $1,000s in the market, you're looking to grow that. You're not holding on because this one coin is going to $100. If you think this one coin is going to $10, $50, and that's all you want to do, congratulations. That's perfectly fine if that's what you're getting involved to do. But I don't think most of the people watching this channel or on our newsletter, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, that's not the point. And I'm having this problem once again. I don't know why this is happening. So the point here is, okay, let's get out of this because I don't know why it's giving me this problem here. Oh, wow. Look at that. All right. Well, we're going to end it because we're having an issue here. But the point is, maybe I can switch this. Hold on 1 second so it goes directly to me. Nope, it's not going to work. There we go. Okay. So the point, guys, is this. Have an exit strategy, okay? You are not ever losing out on future gains in a coin when you lock up a profit. All right. The point is not to suck out every penny. You're never going to be able to call the tops and the bottoms. If you believe you think you're going to be able to call the tops and the bottoms, then you're better than Warren Buffett and every professional trader and every banker. It ain't happening. Okay. The idea here is to lock up profits, have them for the next adventure. All right. That's the point. So today I kind of showed you the different exit strategies. All right. None of them are perfect. None of them are gonna are is gonna make sure that you get out at the top or the bottom. But that's not what we're trying to do. In the graph, in Algorand, and any of the coins that we follow, we're looking to make a profit and move on to the next adventure, even if that next adventure is the same coin potentially. So today, if you were to get out of all your graph, okay, like I showed before, whatever number of coins you have, and you locked up a 3 times profit, a 2 times profit, a 5 times profit, congratulations. You should be happy. You should celebrate. You should take a walk around the block and the sun should be shining and everything should be looking wonderful for you. It doesn't matter what happens next because you're ready for the next coin, the next passive income opportunity, whatever it may be. The goal here is to increase your funds available. It's not to get the maximum amount of every single trade. Okay, I hope that the light bulb goes off for some people when they watch this video. I really do. If you want to take 10% off and play for the next big move, that's perfectly fine. And then take another 10 or 20% off, that's fine. A lot of people have turned $500 to $1,000 into $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 portfolios by not even doing it that way. They're happy with a double and pull, a double and pull, a triple and pull, because they don't care. They're not looking for the 5Xer or the 10Xer because it's much easier in the crypto market when we are having an alt season where things are going through the roof, doing the 2Xers and 3Xers. Take out a compound calculator and figure out what happens if you started with $1,000 and now you had 2,000 to double, and now you had 4,000 to double, and figure out how fast you can take your $1,000 and turn it into 25,000. When you have 25,000 to play with in these markets and you're smart about what you're doing and you have proper exit strategy and risk management, you can turn 25,000 into 150,000 very, very quickly. I think that's what most of us want to do here. Isn't that correct? Um, that's not going to happen if you're afraid to pull the trigger and afraid to take your profits out. And when I mean out, I don't mean out of the market. I mean back into US dollar coin or Tether or whatever it may be, or even into Bitcoin or Ethereum if you want to sit in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Whatever it is that you want to do, or move a pretend some of those profits into other passive income opportunities like DHF. That's up to you guys. But please make it your business to start developing your own exit strategies. Not all the coins are equal to each other. So some of them you're going to be in and out, and you're not going to want to hold them. Any of them. You made a double, you made 50%, you made 3 times your money, whatever it is, you're going to get out completely. Other ones you may want to hold because you think there's a bigger move. Or you believe in the project behind the coin, and one way or the other, you're going to always hold 50% of that coin and trade 50% of that coin on the moves. And that's an excellent strategy for things like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, and any other coin that you believe in long term, like Polkadot, okay, or Binance Coin, okay, same thing. There's plenty of these that we believe in long term, but I'm not afraid to get out 100% either, because pulling that 8,000 to the sideline does not mean that you cannot get back in the graph. Does not mean that you can't get back in Algorand or Binance Coin or whatever it may be that you really love and you really want to be in long term. You can move back into that coin 5 hours later. Okay? You can, and it doesn't matter that you're getting in at a different place than you got in originally. It doesn't, I think people are getting confused with that. They're getting very confused with that. where we just got out in our little hypothetical, we turned 2,500 into whatever that was, 9,000, whatever. Okay? It doesn't matter what we owned it at before. We have that money. We locked up the $9,000. For some reason, people are getting caught up in the weeds here about where they originally owned the coin. That's not the story. The story is you took 2,500 and made 9,000 of it. You have more money now to play with if you wanted to go back into that same coin or dip your foot into that coin and start slowly accumulating again. It's up to you. What you had before has no bearing going forward. You turned 2,500 into 9,000 and change. It doesn't make a difference. So please do the math on your own, and maybe the light bulb will go off for you as well. More importantly, have an exit strategy. This is a long video for us. We will be back tomorrow, and we will see you guys real soon. Bye.